me welcome my guest. Before I do that, I want to let y'all know, those of you who are using insulin, the price of Novo Nordisk will be lowered in the United States by up to 75%. This was announced yesterday. The change will take effect January 1, 2024. They're following the move by Eli Lilly, which this month said it would lower the price for several of its products, including Humalog, by 70% later this year. They've made a lot of money, these pharmaceutical companies. It's the least they could do. And thank you, people, for pressing your politicians. And particularly, I think Bernie Sanders was one of the people out there pushing for. Hi, Bernie Sanders. Listen. Thank you pushing for this and getting the social media. If Twitter can crash a bank, damn it can make the prices crash as well. Let's use our social media platforms, not just to make fun of our favorite celebrities, but also to make a difference in the world. And this, I believe, social media has pushed these very, very rich pharmaceutical companies into doing the right thing, because no one should have to spend a lot of money to save their own lives. Shouldn't cost that much. It really shouldn't. So there's that. Let me welcome to the show. She's an amazing psychiatrist, an amazing member of the community, doing all of God's work as the psychiatry residency director at Howard University. HU, you know, her name is Dr. Danielle Hairston. She's back. Hi.
Hello. Hi, how are you? Just let me say that as someone who used to take insulin, this is like, I don't know if people really understand that that's huge.
Wait. First of all, adjust your camera, because I want to see your full head. Thank you. Hi. Okay. Hi.
Hello.
Just showing me the glasses, just from the eyebrows down. Okay. Wait. So pause. Did you take insulin because obviously you were a diabetic and you're no longer a diabetic?
So, interesting traumatic story is that when I was pregnant, with no history of diabetes ever, I suddenly felt really sick. I felt ill. I couldn't walk. I was at work, like, do I need a cane? Is this how pregnancy goes? You know, I've never been pregnant. I don't know what they do. But yeah, so I went into DKA, which is an extreme form of diabetes, a crisis. I went into the ICU. And they were asking me, you know, how long have you had diabetes? I'm trying to tell these people never, like, listen to me, never. And for whatever reason, my pregnancy sent me into this extreme form of a diabetic crisis. And then they couldn't manage my insulin and my diabetes for like 3 days. I was in the ICU, and I ended up being on insulin for the remainder of my pregnancy. Wow. And up until about 4 months postpartum, I was taking insulin. I have a shout out to those Dexcom monitors to monitor my insulin at all time, my glucose at all times. So, and there was a time when my insurance was like changing which type of insulin they would cover. And I went to the pharmacy and they said, well, right now your insurance is not covering that insulin, so you can pay out of pocket. I said, all right, you know, what's the pay out of pocket? They said $1,200. And I was like, well, I'm just going to lay here on the floor. And so y'all figure out a way how to save my life, because I don't have $1,200 to give you right now. I have insurance. So you all figure out how you're going to send this pregnant person into the streets with no insulin. And then suddenly they contact my insurance company. That's why I was saying, I've been saying, you know, you got to advocate with your insurance companies. I pay this money because, yeah, $1,200. I'm a physician. I don't want to pay $1,200. $1,200 for a grandmother or any other person walking in, like, that's a problem.
As a physician, Dr. Danny, a doc named Danny is where you can follow her, a DOC named Danny, DANI. Does it make you more? Because I feel like, and it's unfortunate that we lack so much empathy in this country. And maybe it's global. I only know about what's going on here. There's a lack of empathy. And until somebody goes through it, and even when somebody goes through it, they don't even see it in others. So you going through this diabetic crisis, did it make you more empathetic to the, you know, the commercials that we see and the people that have to prick their finger and now wear the monitor to check their glucose levels?
Definitely, yes. It more than make me empathetic, depression set in for me to just think about, like, I have to check this, do this finger stick. You know, I work in the emergency room. I gotta stop doing this, go check this. And I was very thankful that Howard has the program where pregnant women could get the Dexcom for free without going through insurance or anything like that. But yeah, empathy is that set in, all types of understanding. It was traumatizing. And just to think about when we usually prescribe something or say to our patients, like, just do it, and you can't really understand why they aren't just following the directions. Why aren't they following this? But to now have a whole change in my lifestyle and my diet, and they say that pregnancy is the time where you can eat everything and you can live your life, and I'm here, I have to eat a piece of wheat toast and some blueberries. It was a lot, and I think it definitely made me understand what my patients go through. And I try to, even before this, try to instill in my students, my medical students and residents, that this is your everyday, but this is someone's worst day that they have to come into the hospital. So even though it's routine for you, just try to think about someone who's never been in the hospital for anything or is going through this huge crisis, and try to have some empathy and understanding that that's your day-to-day, that's your job, but it's not theirs. And it could be their worst day of their lives. So yes.